What's up, y'all? This is Michael Jackson, Human Nature. We got our backing track to assist us and everything. This is the intro portion. It's in the key of B minor. That's relative to D major. So on this part, here's like the piano. You can hear this part. Okay, that's the actual stem of the actual song. But I wanna get some of the ad revenue. You know, I pretty much have to create these tracks from scratch in order to get some type of, to justify my time with it. You know what I'm saying? I know we like to hear the actual song sometimes, but these are drums that I basically copied. So in terms of the chords, so that's how that sounds against that track. All right, like this. All right. So yeah, that's that part. Now those chords. G major 7th, okay? It's a couple of ways you can play the major 7th shapes. And you can play it this way, or you can play it this way, or you can play it this way. Sometimes I don't go into explaining the chords because I have a video explaining chord shapes. And I try not to re-explain it over and over again. It makes the video take longer. Then I get complaints in the comments. Man, you keep dragging your feet, man. You dragging. Shut up. Sorry. So yeah, here's how it looks. Okay. G major 7th. A major. Or then you play a F major 7th, then an E minor. E minor 7th, or yeah, E minor 7th. Both of them works. So yeah, so those are the chords. That second G major 7th, kind of rake it down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And the F major 7th kind of slide into it. So that's pretty much how you play that. You know what I'm saying? And for those of you who you may or may not recognize this right here, let me see if I can get the notes right. SWV love will be right here. So they sampled this part. You know what I'm saying? Dun, 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 the way I feel, where I wanna be, but you. That's the part that they sampled. No one can do me like you do. They use this part of the song. All right. So yeah, love will be right here, right here, be right here. No, so SWV, be right here, or yeah, whatever it's called. So that's how that goes. Let's go to the verse, the voice. All right, so this part, I'm gonna play it I'm gonna play it dry first, and then you can hear how it sounds with the effects. So we're doing palm muting, and we're doing also some sustained 2-note chords, not quite double stops, but just 2-note harmonically centered lines or whatever. And these are lines that basically, they're like whole tones, but played as chords. Whole tones are notes that are a whole step apart. So an example is this. So these 2 notes, this is the 5th fret on the B string and the 7th fret on the B string. So I could play it as a rhythm, you know. Or but if I wanted to play that whole tone or the whole step apart, whatever. Okay. If I want to play it as a chord, I have to go to the 2nd fret of the E string in order for it to actually ring out together. So that is important in this song. It's notes that are a whole step apart and a half step apart, and finding it on another string so that it rings out together. So that's very important. So here's the verse. I didn't practice the melody. All right. So that's the part, right? Palm muting. Okay, so that's how it sounds without the effects. So if your guitar does not have that effect on it, like a chorus effect or phaser, whatever it is, don't be alarmed. They're using an effect on the guitar. So I am using, a 70s chorus, and there's some reverb too. So here's dry, reverb. Here's the chorus. All right. Here is how a note sounds if you let it sustain. Here's the palm mute. You're resting your palm sort of on the strings a little bit, not so much to where it's not ringing out like, but it's kind of halfway on, halfway off, a little soft. Just enough. So when you play this verse, you're going back and forth between the 2nd and 4th fret on the D string and the G string, as in go, dog and go. I'm playing it so that you understand what's being played. So that's what's being played, and I'll add the technique in there so that you can see what's actually being done. I'm moving the mic out of the way right now. So now with the palm mute. Okay, so have that in mind. I'm gonna add the chorus. Let's add the reverb. All right. So those little nuances are very important. Okay. I can't just come on here just kind of throwing it at you in your face. Please respect the fact that I drag it out, because I let you know step by step. And if I took it too fast, then I would get complaints about not taking enough time. So thank you. Now let's go to the actual notes for the other parts. But I told you the palm mutant part, the second and fourth fret on the D as in dog string and the G as in go string. And you're just going back and forth palm muting. Just enough to where you can hear the note, but it's not ringing out. So you're not, yeah. Okay. And then on the, you're playing the third and second fret of the B string. All right. So just keep that in mind. So when you play that, second fret, third fret, second fret, then second fret of the G string. So you kind of arpeggiate between, you kind of rock it back and forth in order to reach that other note, okay? When you get to the part where you do this, that part, you're having in mind that you're playing like the whole tone situation that I was talking about. That's kind of the best way I can describe it. So instead of playing a 5th fret, 7th fret on the D string, you don't want to do that. You want it to ring out. So what is on the 7th fret of the D string is on the 2nd fret of the G string. And you play them together. Then where my pinky is, you take your ring finger and you play a half step lower. Okay. And just let that, A kind of ring out. Okay. Then you do it again, all on the 2nd fret of the D and G string. So. Okay, then you kind of do the same thing on the 5th and 4th fret on the A string, and you're kind of going to do the same idea, but you're going to end on that 4th fret. So if we were to play the verse. We got that. Please don't rush it. Okay. I've heard quite a few guitar players rush this. Don't do that. Lay in the pocket. All right. Lay in the pocket. Lay in there. Okay. Let's go to the chorus. There we go. So, this is the part where it says, why, da-da, bum, dum, bum, bum, bum. So we got the intro, we got the verse, and now we got the chorus. And after the chorus, you pretty much got the whole song except the outro. That is a tad different. Okay, so here we go. Why? You can see how the bass line is sort of changing. Okay. Now, again, we're not going to play a melody per se in a linear sense. We're not playing it linearly. Ooh, where is that a word? We're not playing it in a linear sense on the same string. We're again incorporating notes that are a whole step apart and or a half step apart and making them chords. So we have to find the note on a different string, probably the string just below it or above it, to where we can play both notes at the same time. All right. So back to the G major 7th. Well, here's the G major 7th. But we're going to break this up. Okay, so we're going to play the G major triad first. Okay, and that's on the D, G, and B string. So imagine you playing a G major, but just play these three. But now incorporate the major 7th part on that high E string, but you want to break it up. Why? You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what's happening on this song. All right. On the tell him that it's human nature part, tell him that it's human nature, that part, you're not going to go. No. Remember, these notes are right next to one another on the scale. But we don't want to play it on the same string. We want to play it on different strings. So 5th fret on the, actually let's go this way. 2nd fret on the high E string, then 5th fret on the B string. Okay? Did you know that you could do that? Then we're going to go to the 3rd fret on the B string and the 6th fret on the G string. Then we're going to play an open B and then 2nd fret on the G string. But we're going to ring that out too. So. All right. So then we're going to play an E minor 7th. Then we're going to do the same thing, kind of the same idea. Instead of going. This is a half step apart. So we want to play the 4th fret of the D string. Then we're going to play an open G. All right. This is one of the reasons that this song is so harmonically rich. Is because we have these tensions there that really work. The way it was, Michael Jackson didn't write the song, but the way it was just written is just like really awesome. So we play that 4th fret and then the open G. And then 2nd fret on the D string, then open D string. Okay. So okay. That's how we play it. So here we go. Let's start that over. Let's try that one more time, because I just got to challenge myself on it. I think I did it right. Okay. So that's how you play it. And that's really the whole song. Now let me talk about this part though. I did mention the basis of how the song is played from the G major to the A major, but it's a G major seventh to a major. But essentially, that's what is being played. You got these little, and but if you were to play the song like on acoustic guitar and you didn't really know the little punctuations and the little periods and apostrophes and the candies, if you don't know that, you can just follow that bass line. Now this is it's a different approach. It's the straightforward approach as to how you would play it. Very similarly how you would approach the intro, because you hear the bass line and it's going like you can hear the bass line doing that. So it makes sense that you would play, let's go. So you hear that bass line? So it makes sense that you would play chords that go with it. But the rest of the song is not treated like that, okay? It's all these little bink, bink, you know what I'm saying? Little things is going like that. But if we were to approach the rest of the song that way, it would sound a little bit different. Okay. So we hear the bass line. So what chords will we play that will actually follow the bass line? You know what I'm saying? So that's how the chords would actually sound going against the bass line. And someone who's playing guitar would have to sort of reconcile with, like, how do I want to play this song? Okay. So if you want to do a campfire style, you can. You can do it that way. I would recommend sticking with triads because of the movements. Try not to play the full chords, so it will sound like how I played it before. Okay. You can do it like that. So the chords that I played was just G major or G major seventh. Those are two different chords, but they work. A major. Then you play the D major over F sharp. All right, play that. You can play the E minor, or I don't know if it's E minor. Like, it might be worth it to sort of play the E note kind of independently so that you don't have to play the chord too. Because I can't tell if the E is being played, if a A major triad is being played over that E. I don't know. Sometimes it just gets a little buried. So, yeah. So those are the chords that kind of follow that. Now let's go to the chorus and kind of figure out the same thing. All right, it's kind of being treated a little different, but let's follow the bass line. So again, G major, A major. Then you're gonna walk from the 1, 7, 6, 5. So it looks like this. You know what I'm saying? Actually, it's a yeah. So that is a E, 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 B. I was playing the A11. That wasn't right. So yeah, it walks down from the 1, 7, 6, 5, G major, D major over F sharp, E minor, E minor, B minor. So let me do it right. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I hear, you know, something like it. But if you were to incorporate the ba-da-ba-da-ba-da in the walk down, the that's kind of difficult to play. Whatever. So that's like the gist of the song. Okay. I hope that was helpful. And let me actually go over this last part. Let me see if I have the bass line. Let me see. Let me play the drums. Yeah, so let's start off right here. So we know that's the intro. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, the bass line actually kind of faded out. I wonder why that happened. Okay. So anyway, the chorus go like this. Let me put my effects on. The bass line didn't do it for whatever reason. I could have added it, but so we got the chorus right. G major 7th. Then we have the, why am I forgetting what that is? Yeah, F major 7th to G minor. So then after that it goes. Now that's a B flat major 7th. Then F major over A. So and then the same, okay, which is again the F and E walk down, and then we go back to the B flat major 7th. So it sounds like this. what I'm saying? So that's what happens. That's what happens. I ain't gonna get like, hey, whatever. I was about to say something that was unnecessary. Don't worry. Subscribe if you would like. And, all the stuff. I'll get better at it. Some people got very tasteful ways of mentioning the subscribe, the thumbs up, the sharing. Do it if you would like. I hope you do. Maybe one day I'll be like Rick Beato, millions of subscribers. I can see it. I'm worth it. You know what I'm saying? But so yeah, do that if you would like. Come through. If you got questions, drop them in the comments. Feel free to drop it in the community section if you would like. Feel free to join the private community. I can give you a lot more game. And that incentivizes my time a lot more. So it's more justified. But either way, this is the free stuff. So even if you're not spending time, spending money, you still spending time either way. So hope you enjoyed. And I know I can be long-winded, but that's what you get. I love y'all. And let me start the track over so I can have something playing while I fade it out, or just hit the stop button